After each town council meeting, the staff sits down and records a quick recap, highlighting the public meeting. The complete meeting can be found on the Town of Avon, Indiana's YouTube page, but this podcast is designed to give you a simple overview to help keep you informed about what is happening. The Avon, Indiana Town Council meets twice a month at Avon Town Hall. A full schedule of their public meetings can be found online at avonindiana.gov.
What's up, Town of Avon? This is Angel Gina, the Marcom manager here at Town Hall, and I'm with the one and only
Ryan Cannon, town manager.
And today we're going to be talking about the town council meeting that happened last night, January 23rd. 23rd of January.
January's almost over, Angel.
That's insane.
January is the longest month of the year. I don't know if you know that or not.
I did not know that. I thought it was December.
I don't know that that's actually based on true facts. It just feels like the longest month of the year.
Hey, I don't know who said it, but it's a long Monday.
It is a long Monday.
It is a long Monday.
And the weather's been terrible, then make it even worse.
Yes. So. This is the first time I've seen the sun.
I know. Isn't it nice, though?
Yeah. I think we passed the solstice.
We did.
We did, right? Yeah. Darkest time
December
of the year.
December 21st, yep.
Congratulations, everyone.
I know. Congrats. It's all uphill from here, everybody. Hang in there.
Yes.
If you're out there and you're tired of being in your house, it'll be spring before you know it. So
That's
hang in there.
All right, Ryan, take it away.
All right. Well, we had a relatively quick meeting last night, Angel, so this shouldn't take a terribly long time. I know some of you who just love the podcast will be disappointed, but
no popcorn needed.
Yeah, exactly. Really didn't have any public comment. Went through the consent agenda. That was all pretty quick. Council made a couple comments and liaison reports, but there wasn't much there to report. And so we really got right into new business. And the first new business item was financial consulting agreements. The town utilizes financial consultant. The name of the company is Financial Solutions Group. They're from Plainfield. They have been our financial advisors actually since we became a town forever ago. So they've been with us a long time, and they do a wonderful job making sure the town is financially sound. They assist us with the town budget. We do a sustainability analysis, so our town council doesn't make any decisions without knowing that those decisions are sustainable into the future. So that's really a projection of our expenses and our revenues into the next 5 years, and so that we're making sure that those decisions we make are sound and that sustainable for the town. Then there's a bunch of other stuff they have to do for the state, our budget notices, and our TIF neutralization, and then they kind of just help us with some other general consulting services. So there was actually two agreements. It was our general consulting services agreement, and then continuing disclosures. We have to file documents regarding our bonds and any things that we borrow. Those are called continuing disclosures. And so they have to do those quarterly to make sure we are compliant with our bonds to our banks or to whoever has loaned us the money. So they assist us with that as well. So it was those two agreements. They typically run the town between $40,000 and $50,000 to do all of those things. It's actually an hourly contract, and so it's as needed depending on how much time we spend with them. So the town council did approve both agreements by a vote of 5-0. The next item on the agenda was, I think, is really neat and something cutting edge that our public works department is going to do, which was an agreement for life cycle modeling. So you may ask yourself, Angel, I'm sure you're sitting there dying.
I'm dying to find out, Ryan.
What is life cycle modeling?
What is it?
Life cycle modeling is actually, and we already do this, Angel. And so for those of you who are familiar with our road system, we have a very actually scientific process in which we maintain and take care of our roads. So those of you out there who think, how does a town decide how to pave a road and when to pave a road? And we actually have a system that we've done, which we refer to as keeping our good roads good. So we invest our money in preventative maintenance, so things like preservative seal and crack sealing that are really low cost maintenance items. And the hope is that if you spend your money on those preventative items, that it actually extends the life of your pavement. And so the longer your pavement lasts, the less it costs to maintain. Things like paving your street and reconstruction of streets. Those are very, very expensive compared to the preventative maintenance. So we're doing miles and miles and miles of preservative seal, and we may only do 1 mile of paving, and the cost of the preservative seal is 20% of the cost of paving 1 mile. So we want to invest our money in those things. And that's worked really well for us over the years. And again, we'll pave our worst roads, but we do preventative maintenance. So all of you should see us crack sealing or preservative sealing your neighborhoods every 5 or 6 years. But you may not see us pave unless your road's in really bad shape. So that's all part of our process. There's no political decision there. The town council doesn't say, "Hey, will you pave my street in my neighborhood?" That's not how we do road maintenance. So that's kind of a long story to tell the history of it. What life cycle modeling is, our existing system is basically the current conditions backwards. Life cycle modeling is basically taking what we know and all that data that we've collected in the 30 years we've been a town, and then projecting it forward based on the quality and condition of our streets. If we invest a certain amount of money, what can we project our roads to look like in the future? And so this tool will help the town council make good decisions about how much money they should be spending on road maintenance to continue to maintain the level of service for roads in our community that they want. And this is always the battle we have: is what is enough to spend to make sure that our roads stay in a good condition. And so this life cycle modeling will help us do that. And so the company that's going to assist with it is called Withers Ravenel. They're actually out of North Carolina. They've created this model and they are implementing it across the country. So one of the questions I got from the town council, Angel, was, is anyone else in Indiana doing it? And I've asked Withers Ravenel if they know, but we think we could be the first in the state of Indiana to do this. So
That won't be the first time we've had a first.
it won't be, especially in road maintenance. We've kind of always tried to be kind of on the cutting edge of doing some of these things. And so, again, I think this is cutting edge, but more importantly, it's also, it allows the town council to make good decisions about how to spend taxpayer dollars and to use them in the most efficient way. So I'm happy to say the town council approved this proposal. You may think to yourself, man, this must be really expensive. It actually is not. It'll be about $29,000. A portion of that will be to actually create the model. And then the other portion is like a yearly subscription for us to use the model, to project information and to kind of query the data. And we can basically run what if scenarios on different roads to be able to, again, make the best decisions about when to do what treatments on what roads to make them last the longest. So, and that's about total for those two things is $29,000. And as I said earlier, the town council did approve. So our goal is over the next 6 months here to build the model and then start getting information out. And so if you like to listen to the podcast, you can come back. And as we get closer to the budget process, then we're going to use this information to help the town council make good decisions about what the appropriate level of funding is for our road maintenance in Avon. So stay tuned. I'm sure you'll hear more about that in the future. That was all the new business we had on the agenda. The next item was a resolution. Again, those of you who listen to the podcast, we've been talking about this fiscal plan for Bloom Phase 2. The Bloom property is on Old 36 on the western portion of town. It's a development being proposed by Lennar, and they are asking for it to be annexed into Avon. Bloom Phase 1 has been adopted, and we are now starting the Bloom Phase 2 annexation. So the town council did pass resolution 2025-03 for the fiscal plan for Bloom Phase 2. The fiscal plan is how the town will provide services to the annexed area once it is annexed. So if you're interested in how the town's going to do that, you can go check that fiscal plan out on our website. That was the only resolution we had. Then we had a couple of ordinances. This first one was probably the biggest discussion item on the agenda last night, which was a final reading of ordinance 2025-02 for the Wind Farms PUD amendment, PUD A 2402. It had actually received an unfavorable recommendation from the Plan Commission by a vote of 4-2. If you're not familiar with the Wind Farms PUD, it's actually on Dan Jones Road, and it is on either side of Northfield Drive. Everything north of Northfield Drive is also Wind Farms PUD, but it's actually in the town of Brownsburg. Everything south of Northfield Drive and basically along the east side of Dan Jones is also part of Wind Farms. And so there's a couple neighborhoods there, a church, but there's a corner right at the corner of Northfield Drive and Dan Jones. And this developer was asking for a commitment modification to allow the construction of a multi-use building that would have been a 3 or 4 story apartment building with first floor commercial. The PUD wasn't specific in allowing that. So in order to do that, they had to go get this PUD commitment. And so, as I mentioned earlier, the Plan Commission gave it an unfavorable recommendation, and the Town Council also denied the request to amend the PUD. So the PUD will remain the same, and if the developer is interested in doing something else with it, they would have to come back to the town and go through the process again. So if you want more information on that, details or anything like that, you can find that on our website, or feel free to call our Planning and Building Department. Again, the next 2 items are relatively quick. We talked earlier about the Bloom Phase 2 annexation. We did have to do a public hearing and introduction of the annexation ordinance as well. So the Town Council did open up the public hearing. We did have a gentleman who stood up and spoke, but he was actually confused, and he thought he was speaking about the Wind Farms PUD. So we got him corrected, and he didn't have any comments pertaining to the Bloom actual annexation. So no comments on that from the public, and the Town Council introduced the ordinance, and so it will be on their February meeting for final consideration. The last item then is introduction of ordinance authorizing a bond. I've talked a lot about Easton Gray over the last few podcasts. Easton Gray, the town has agreed to do economic development bonds to help support the construction of Easton Gray. So I've talked about the ones for the Civic Center and for the Riverwalk District, which is the town centerpiece. But we also agreed to do economic development bonds for some of the 55 and older housing in order to attract and have high quality development in there. We did commit to doing that to make sure that we got that. They're going to build over $1 million amenity center. It's actually incredibly nice. So that's really cool if you're interested in that. But this is the first step in the process of doing those HOPA bonds. Lennar will be the developer of those 55 and older houses. So they will actually buy the bonds, and then the town will use revenue received from the development to then pay the bonds back. Taxpayers are not at risk for paying for those bonds. So again, first step in the process. You'll hear more about that over the next couple of months as it works its way through the process and gets to a bond sale sometime in late March. That was it, Angel.
That was it.
The whole
You caught me
meeting.
off guard.
I know, you thought there was more, didn't you?
Yes.
Nope, that was it. It was a relatively quick meeting, right under an hour, I think.
Second one of the year.
Second one of the year, yeah. Yeah, their council's doing great. Getting a lot of stuff done.
We're getting stuff done here in the town of Avon, whether you see it or not. Speaking of getting stuff done, tomorrow is Glow Bingo.
Let's go.
Yes, tomorrow.
Everybody loves bingo.
Yes, if you want more information, go to avonindiana.gov/glowbingo. Again, that's avonindiana.gov/glowbingo. I believe they are sold out, but I could be mistaken. Someone could have dropped out. So please go check out that link that I did mention, because it's a fun time, right?
Check it out. Someone emailed me and told me they were canceling. So I know there was at least some openings, but they may have gotten immediately filled too.
Yes,
I don't know.
it's a pretty big event, like in the way that the slots go out quick.
They do.
Yeah.
It's one of our most popular events. People love it.
Yes. Speaking of quick, it's already February. Ryan?
What? I thought it was January.
It's almost February. What?
It
Like we
is?
got a week until it's February?
It's true. Next week, it's February.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
I just want to shout out I'm gonna keep shouting out my team, Ryan. Is that okay?
I guess. I mean, they're from Avon, right?
Yes. Shout out to the 8th grade Avon girls North team. We completely
Be nice.
beat Zionsville West Middle
Let's
School.
go. Take
40
that,
to 8.
Zionsville.
40-8, Ryan.
That's what they get for messing with Avon.
40-8, and I do believe that. Shout out to the Avon girls South basketball team, 8th grade as well. They also beat Plainfield last night. So
It's not terribly surprising.
Ryan, be nice.
I'm just teasing. We love our neighbors who are the South Plainfield.
Yes, and good luck to the Avon boys basketball team, both North and South. They play each other tomorrow at the conference semis. Yes,
Nice.
They definitely swept Brownsburg. So South beat Brownsburg West, and then North beat Brownsburg East, and now they're playing. I don't know who made the schedule, why it has to be Avon versus Avon all the way in Westfield. I'm not sure.
Just happened. That's the way it works.
It's like, why can't they play each other in Avon
I've
and
been
then
through
go to
that.
Westfield?
It's because a different school gets to host every year because we want to be fair to all the
So
schools.
convenient that Westfield is in our conference.
Unfortunately, I've been through all of that already with middle school daughters
Yes.
and
Yes.
children.
Shout out
I've had to do that a bunch.
Shout out to all the athletes that are putting in work on and off their field/court or their respective playing.
Representing Avon. Let's go.
Yes.
You
We
guys
are
are
Avon.
important.
We are one. # one strong community. Ryan's laughing at me.
That was a great plug. Well done, Angel.
Yes, we just want to shout out everyone that's been putting in the hard work, making this town run. Shout out to all the staff here. It's a very thankful moment for me right now. I don't know, I'm being
That's good,
sentimental,
yeah, that's
but
okay.
yes, shout out to all the staff. Shout out to all the coaches, teachers, first responders. You guys make town of Avon the town of Avon, and
all our wonderful residents too, right, Angel?
yes, all our wonderful residents.
Be nice to each other.
We-
Look out for each other.
Yes, and please don't scream at us.
You can scream at Angel, just don't scream at me.
Yes. If you ever see me, you rarely see me. I'm always at home.
She's behind a camera.
# one strong community.
That's right.
All right, Ryan, when's the next meeting?
Next meeting.
I caught him off guard. He
you
was
did
drinking
catch
water.
me off guard. We actually get an extra week because of the 5 weeks in January.
Oh,
so our
wow.
next meeting is not till February 13th. So
Right
guys
before
all-
Valentine's Day.
I know you guys will be disappointed. Angel will get to record this with me on Valentine's Day. It'll be a special Valentine's episode.
We'll have a special Valentine's Day episode. Not sure yet what we're going to do, but we'll do something.
You're just going to have to tune in if you want to find out. It's
yeah.
going to be exciting.
We hope you guys stay warm. It's been a little nippy outside, but please be kind to each other. Don't forget to smile. We'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.